Oh, hello. Coffee in hand. Cappuccino this morning. Well, I'm so sad. Well, actually, I'm a little sad. Why am I a little sad? Well, every day I used to get my dose of two people. Well, actually, three. One is Anna, country farm girl. Great little channel. Was getting bigger, but unfortunately, I think they pulled it down for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I don't think even she knows. The other one is that they haven't pulled down, and that's Ian, living in the Philippines. Great guy. I got to meet him a few weeks ago. Well, yes, a few weeks ago now. And he lives not very far from here, so we're getting together again, I believe, next week. So, but my focus is on the other one, the one that I've been promoting, encouraging you to watch. And sadly, it's no longer. It was called Brit and Pinays. It was based around the concept of a British guy. His name is Simon, and his wife, Richie. Sorry, Richie. And their son, who have, I suppose you could say, put their feet in the water and decided to come back and live here now after maybe many years in the UK and other parts of the world, including the Far East. Not the Far East, the East, in Arab countries. And interesting, his talks about his life in South Africa. Again, a certain niche for many of us who are English and have maybe lived in different countries as well. And for some, it annoys you to hear, what's that got to do with the Philippines? Well, it probably hasn't got anything to do specifically with the Philippines, but it's to do with the sort of like the history of where we've been as expats. And sometimes a story is a good, refreshing start to each day. And you see him scampering back to a building like this. Maybe not quite as luxurious as this one, but nevertheless, he used to go there to his little hut, I suppose you'd call it, and he'd do his videos, followed by his beloved dogs. And chickens, George, I think his name was. And sadly, all of those videos have disappeared, and I found them refreshing and just another inspiration for thoughts for my day too. But Simon, in his wisdom, has decided to create or resurrect an old channel and create it just in his name. So if you are looking for him, if you are looking, you'll find him under Simon Mathers, Mathers. I think that's correct. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, Simon will tell me. But he's a deep thinker. And some ways I think the concept of his thoughts are fine. But I think they're maybe locked away a little bit from the reality of YouTube here in the Philippines. Maybe overseas it's different, but the viewing public here, I think, they're not so concerned that the video is done in the right format, the right angles, the right subject matter. It's just simply an opportunity for you to see this ugly face. He tends to think that maybe we shouldn't be face-to-face videos, talking to ourselves. Well, I don't know otherwise, apart from the ones where the voice is there and it's all scenery And going by past experience, when I do a walk around and I'm talking, but I'm not showing my face, funny enough, I get half the amount of views. So maybe looking at Boris Karloff each day is an exhilarating feeling for some. And when I've had my teeth done, I'll be even more marvelous to look at. But definitely, I think, a backward step for Simon, I think, because he's trying to join a club that I don't think is in the league here in the Philippines. Because a lot of Filipinos who watch these, Filipina and Filipino, there are a lot. You have 2,100 views, of which maybe 5% are Filipinos. That's quite a large percentage of video audience that actually is watching essentially a foreigner talking to foreigners. This is why so often maybe Filipinos get the wrong idea. They listen to us and they don't quite grasp what we're talking about. They understand the words, but they don't necessarily follow the purpose and the meaning of why we do these things. And I think that we all need to remember that. We've done numerous, like Simon has referred to. We tend to repeat ourselves. Well, yes, we do, but if you think about it, British expat in the Philippines, 8,700 subscribers, nearly 1 million views now. It goes up and down depending on how many videos I pull down. But essentially, probably 1.6 or 7 million in total if I'd left them all up. But people come and go. New people arrive. New subscribers come on board. Old ones don't necessarily delete. But they revisit maybe 3-4 months later to say, oh, what's John up to now? Or what's Sunshine's Shoulders up to? Or Geo? Or Philippine Antics? What are they going now? All of these things happen on YouTube. You don't necessarily you have your hardcore followers, the ones that say they listen to you on the radio as they go off to work in the USA at a certain time of the day. You have others that sit in the evening in England, listening to it, deciding whether to come here, feeling that maybe my videos have highlighted things that maybe they couldn't actually deal with. And without them being dirty washing in full public, I think most of you have understood that even the best of what is thought to be the best of relationships can fail. And not necessarily because of me or the other person. They just simply move on. They lose interest. A bit like when you try and get your wife or girlfriend to watch something or to listen to a conversation with you about a subject that you feel is important. For a few moments, they eye-to-eye contact. But after a little while, they say, I'm listening, when you really know they're not really listening. Because, as your mother might have said, pay attention, Johnny, pay attention. And the attention span for a Filipino who first language is Tagalog or Ilocano or Visayan is not English language. It's being spoken by government, by newspapers, and by some channels as the second language. And as we all know, second languages are not inherently connecting with our brain as much as our mother tongue. So I would encourage you, first of all, Ian, living in the Philippines, great guy. And secondly, Anna, farm girl. I will, if you haven't got it, or you don't know who I'm talking about, just ask me and I'll give you the link. But most importantly, let's try and help Simon Mathers, formerly Brit and Pinays in the Philippines. And I think we all have to remember that Simon is quite sensitive to stupid, benign comments, and certainly rude comments as well. And I fully support that concept. But for him, I think that may well have been the reason why he decided to shut the other channel down. He sort of lost heart in it, so he's gone more the philosophical route. And I think he needs to have more of what he had before. We liked walking around his compound. We liked to hear his thoughts for the day. And it all adds to the flavour of being a foreigner living here in the Philippines. So if you like this video, and you like Simon, and you like Ian, and you like Anna, don't forget to give them, all of us, a thumbs up. Come on, support us all. Let's be all good neighbours. Bye now.